talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. Today we're going to talk about the future of the USPS. It's facing financial challenges and there's a lot of debates on how to fix them. In this current video, we're going to be looking at the key issues facing the United States Postal Service, including rising labor costs and competition from private businesses. We'll also discuss some of the proposals that have been put forward to turn the USPS around. So the question is, are we doomed? Let's talk about it. I'm going to read a little 5-minute read. If you got 5 minutes, let's listen. All right. This has to do with the union getting involved and the new labor secretary being part of the postal board of governors. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right. For the first time in nearly 2 years, the USPS Board of Governors is ready to add a new member. The seat has been vacant. 2 seats have been vacant since December, and now they have a person that's in there. However, labor groups such as the APWU have some sensible ideas for America's mail carrier to reduce costs. Okay. And the individual's name is Walsh. He can help bring some of these promising proposals to the table. The individual used to be a union president. So that's good, right? Have somebody sitting on the board that was a union president. Now, it'll take a variety of perspectives to keep the USPS delivering for taxpayers and consumers. Right. The USPS desperately needs a change in leadership. We can all agree that. The agency reported a $6.5 billion loss for fiscal year 2023 and has more than $100 billion over the past 15 years. As if those figures weren't concerning enough, the USPS expects to shed another 60 to 70 billion by 2030. One key culprit of this fiscal situation is the agency's inability to keep labor costs under control. Labor costs. According to the USPS Inspector General, the USPS spends more than $50 billion annually on labor compensation. That means paying us, and benefits. Then they tack on retiree health benefits, workers' comp, and pension payouts, add another $10 billion to their annual costs. Labor costs comprise nearly 80% of the agency's expenses, with transportation costs coming in a distant second at 10%. Despite being billed as the callous business executive, hostile to labor groups, Postmaster General DeJoy has been pushing for converting part-time workers into far more expensive career employees, which I think is a good thing, honestly. Cost-effective temporary holiday hiring has fallen by the wayside in favor on focusing on full-time hiring. I think that's good, my opinion, but let's stick with the facts. While it's hard to say exactly how Walsh feels about the current USPS hiring practices, his tenure as labor secretary under somebody's administration offers insight. Walsh clearly disliked companies using independent contractors and pushed for costly reclassifications to force businesses to treat contractors as employees. Slated to take effect on March 11th, Walsh's proposed rule would not only raise costs on consumers, but make it far more difficult for contractors to take advantage of flexible work conditions that come with filing 1099 form. Anyway, we're not contractors, right? Okay. Having more union representation on the USPS Board of Governors isn't at all bad. Postal unions have long been critical of Workshare discounts, or about $15 billion worth of discounts on postage The USPS extends to private businesses that perform mail-related work. Example, pre-sorting and barcoding mail on behalf of the USPS. That's the Pitney Bowes, etc. Do some research. Can't break all this down in this one video. The basic idea of farming out postal operations and allowing private players to pocket the savings is a solid one, but only if postage discounts corresponds to actual savings. Even though nearly 90% of market-dominant mail, letters and marketing mail, is work-shared, the IG has found documented savings to be sorely lacking. Anyway, having Walsh on the Board of Governors will be a mixed bag for America's mail carrier and postal consumers. The former Labor Secretary should look for ways to keep compensation costs under control and push for greater workshare accountability. Honestly, I think it's a good thing that they have somebody from the union that's going to be on the Board of Governors. I don't know how this is going to directly affect everybody, but according to what we're reading, the APWU has proposed ideas to cut back on labor costs. And APWU has been fighting to get more full-time employees, which is what DeJoy has been doing. Now, it seems like you win some, you lose some, you get more full-time employees. It costs a little bit more money. People are converting faster, which is a good thing in my opinion. When they do convert to career, that also means they're getting higher cost of health benefits as well as the pension, which costs a little more money. And this is where the labor costs comprise 80% of the agency's expenses. Now, this is also one of those things where they're talking about, well, if we're going to convert more people to full-time and we have more costs when it comes down to the individual, we need to figure out ways to make these individuals, A, work more or be more flexible with the work that they're doing so they're not stuck in one spot, which is what we're also seeing, as well as getting machines to take some of this work over, which is why I believe that they are forcing a lot of people to retire early. That's just an opinion part added to this. So if, let's just say 600,000 people are working for us. These are just guesstimates, okay? 600,000 people are working for us. If they can get rid of 100,000 people via retirement, right? Through retirement, and get the people in there that are more needed. So if they're bringing in, let's say, 50 more carriers, the clerks that are retiring, they're not going to fill a lot of those spaces because there's no longer a need for all the clerks if they have a machine that's doing the work. Think about it. That's just speculation, but kind of that's what it is. So if a station typically had 15 clerks for the day, or, you know, on a consistent basis, and after some time, which is realistic a lot of the times, they're again with this new healthcare benefits thing that's coming out, a lot of these people that are retiring, they may not replace the person, they may eliminate the job itself. And when they retire, that's cost saving, right? We looked into recently how much it costs per person. 10 people is almost $1 million. Just imagine what's going on across the country. Indirectly forcing people to resign, retire early, or quit. That has been the MO for the last year, I'm guessing. When you start putting a bunch of controversy out there and people can't deal with it and they got to move from a regular station and they got to drive long distances, they want to quit. They're going to want to quit. I know that when I was training somebody, it was about 15 or 16 miles from the plant. He was saying something about if they force us to go and work out of the plant, which would be converted to an SNDC, follow me. He said, I'm not doing it. I live too far away. I'm already driving 20 miles to work right now. But if they move this station and put it in the plant, I'm quitting. And a lot of people are quitting. That's where the consolidations are happening. They're not quitting per se. He's retiring early. There are other people that won't. There are other people that they'll just say, man, forget this. And then all the new hires that they got coming in there that are making almost half of what that retiree was making, cost savings. It's almost a tricky strategy, but it is a strategy. This is all opinion though, but it is happening. Nonetheless, I have to say all these things just so, I can't get barred on YouTube for everything. What do you think? What do you think? This is, like I said, the Board of Governors did bring somebody in. APWU is getting some things done, but at the same time, they are also recognizing where the cost savings do need to come from. If you look on their website, they're talking about getting more workers in. Which workers are they looking to get in? I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. It's JH. Holla at y'all later.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.